Hello, and welcome back to JKernifer Astrology. My name is Jenny, and I transform lives through the mediums of tarot and astrology. Today, we're here to discuss the most abundant full moon of the year, happening on May 23rd, 2024 at 9:53 Eastern Standard Time. 2 degrees, the constellation Sagittarius. 2 degrees of Sagittarius falls within the first decan of Sagittarius, the first 9 degrees, which is both ruled and sub-ruled by the planet Jupiter, the planet of luck, wisdom, abundance, and expansion, bestowing lofty, sky-high ideals and a deep love of knowledge, experience, freedom, and adventure, often expanding their perspective with each experience and each trip. Sagittarius is a mutable or adaptable fire sign, known for its adventurous spirit and optimism. Its glyph is the pointed arrow of the archer, symbolizing moving away from earthly materialism, greed, instant gratification, and gluttony, as the arrow points to the higher self, higher ideals, higher consciousness, or God consciousness. The hunter loves the pursuit, the process, and the thrill of the chase. A Sagittarius's most likable trait is that they are incredibly fun to be around. Sagittarius moon and Gemini moon, I've found, are the two most fun moon signs in the entire zodiac. Now, we can always find balance in our energy by looking to that sign's opposite. On social media, this is going around as your sister sign, but it's the same thing. These energies fall on an axis, and through their axis of opposition, we're able to find balance. In order to have a full moon, the sun and moon have to be in opposite parts of the sky or universe in order for the moon to be able to reflect the light of the sun back to us fully like that. That means that the sun, symbolizing our collective soul mission, what we're collectively embodying or learning to embody, is pitted against, via opposition, which usually plays out in our interpersonal relationships, against the moon, representing our most private, emotional selves and nature. In the case of the full moon in Sagittarius, the moon is in Sagittarius while the sun is in Gemini. The Gemini-Sagittarius axis of opposition is the most dynamic in the entire zodiac. It's all about communication, with Gemini collecting the information, gathering the details, talking about ideas, and Sagittarius taking those ideas into mastery. You can think of Gemini as the facts, the details, the process of gathering the information and synthesizing it, and then disseminating it in some form, whether through writing, journalism, storytelling, or marketing. Sagittarius, on the other hand, rules universal themes, philosophies, and knowledge that's taken to mastery, such as through higher learning or through a professional degree. Gemini is your elementary or K-12 school teacher, while Sagittarius is your university professor. When I was born, the moon and Mars were aligned in the constellation of Gemini, the twins, Castor and Pollux, at the exact time of my birth. The constellation Libra was rising on the horizon, meaning that several placements, including Uranus and Neptune in conjunction in Capricorn, fall into my 3rd house. Whichever house your Uranus falls into represents your aura, or your overall energy. Uranus in the 3rd house, therefore, gives me the aura of a Gemini. I even look like a Gemini. I'm fun-sized. Is it any wonder my first career was as an elementary school teacher? And I often used to tell the joke, although I may be smarter than a 5th grader, I am not taller than one. Full moons are always about completion, the seeds of which were planted 6 months prior during the corresponding new moon. So think back to Sagittarius season 2023, and more specifically, the Sagittarius new moon, which fell 20 degrees 39 minutes the constellation Sagittarius on December 12th, 2023 at 6:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What intentions were you setting at this time? What was going on at work and in your relationships? If you don't remember, it can be helpful to scroll back through your phone, look through your photos, your screenshots, look at your notes if you use the app, look through your journals or any of your organizers or planners, especially December, mid-December 2023. As for what was going on in the cosmos in December of 2023, well, I've got you covered. Rewinding back to mid-December 2023 to set the stage, the new moon, 20 degrees Sagittarius on December 12th, 2023, answered to Jupiter, which at that that point in time, Jupiter was retrograde, but only 6 degrees of Taurus, far away out of conjunction territory to Uranus. Neptune had just stationed direct earlier on December 6th, and Neptune would station direct just a couple weeks later on December 30th, making both Neptune and Jupiter very prominent planets in December of 2023. This Sagittarius new moon also kick-started a Mercury retrograde, which began on December 13th. This Mercury retrograde fell from December 13th to New Year's Day 2024, covering the territory from 8 degrees Capricorn, retrograding all the way back to 22 degrees Sagittarius, which is all about standing in one's uncompromising truth and sovereignty, and learning how to slow down to speed up. Mercury retrograde changing signs is symbolic of a change of heart, mind, or direction. Mercury retrograde through Capricorn specifically is usually about our mental blocks, any lack mentality, any limitations or expectations, and our long-term plans, our goals, ambitions, and our careers. Mercury retrograde through the sign of Sagittarius is all about freedom of speech, self-expression, and movement. It's focused on long-term strategy, seeing the big picture, and seeing the opportunity within every perceived setback. The Sabian symbol associated with this new moon, which would round up to 21 degrees Sagittarius, is a child and a dog with borrowed eyeglasses. This Sabian symbol is all about learning to see through another's perspective. Ultimately, and this is from page 295, ultimately, each person creates their reality through their own unique perception and then acts out of it. Take one step at a time to gain the necessary experience you need to obtain a position that you desire. Take a job, volunteer, or seek an internship, co-op, partnership, or apprenticeship where you would like to be. For more detailed information about the Sagittarius New Moon 2023, be sure to check out my YouTube video here. I'll also link it in the description box below.